What's up, everybody, and welcome to another Wednesday Wins. So it's Brian and Amy with you again today, and we're just talking about what is going on in this awesome community of Indianapolis, whether it's real estate related, whether it's just some good news, some good stories, whatever it is. We want to talk about the wins that are going on in our community today. So, Amy, how are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you. Thank you. How about you?
I'm doing wonderful. So I'm really excited about this bit that we just prepared like 2 seconds ago.
I love it. I love it. What a great idea, Brian.
So we got to lighten the mood up a little bit today. We got some crazy stuff going on in our world and things. And this is the point of this, is to bring some good news and just, we can talk about real estate and what's going on in our business. And we have an interview again today about, some wins that are going on in Stacey Hill's business and stuff. But we just want to make people laugh, make people smile. That's what we're here for. So Amy and we found some pickup lines that are perfect during quarantine times. So I thought we'd share these with you today. So I'll go ahead and start us off here. I got how about, baby, do you need toilet paper? Because I could be your Prince Charming.
That's awesome. I love it. All right, I got one for you. I saw you from across the bar. Stay there.
Great. So another good one I got right here is, you can't spell quarantine without U-R-A-Q-T.
Oh, nice. That's a knee slapper. Is that hand sanitizer in your pocket, or are you just happy to be within 6 feet of me? Mess that up a little bit.
Love it. So, good stuff.
That's
So
awesome.
during these times, you got to find some things to have fun with and things.
You do.
Definitely some good pickup lines out there. I definitely recommend just researching some great pickup lines during this quarantine time. So there's some good ones out there and stuff. But I know, Amy, we got some good news to share a little bit today. So
Yeah,
right?
we do. Yeah, and thanks to Syria for allowing us to do this, right? So that we can make some of our fellow investors, our fellow real estate people happy.
There we go. So so definitely reach out to Amy and I if you do have some wins going on in your business. Like I said, whether it's real estate, whether you just have a good story about, whether it's a tenant or, just what's going on in your community, we'd love to hear it. So don't hesitate to reach out to us. And Amy, if you don't mind, I'm going to share my screen first, and I'll go ahead and get into my stories here. So got some pretty good stories just from this week. So one of the ones that really stood out to me is just this firefighter from Carmel. His name's Kevin Young. So he just recovered from the COVID-19. So he recovered from it. 2 days after he recovered, he basically went and donated plasma. And then the day after that, he was back on the job fighting fires in Carmel. Wow. Everything like that. So this guy, I don't know if you can say like he's winning because he won because he had COVID-19 and stuff like that, but he's definitely winning just in like how he's handling everything, what he's doing, and everything like that. So definitely a hero. Just awesome job, Kevin Young. Just a shout out to him.
Very cool.
And then one of the things I've definitely has been going on too is, so we have all the stuff that's going on with Brian Leith, the police officer that was shot and killed during a domestic violence disturbance that she went to handle and everything. It's a tragedy. It's very sad, and there's things like that going on in our city, unfortunately. But it's been really cool to see how people have kind of reacted to that. And whenever there is times of difficulty, it's cool to see how communities come together, they rise up, and they just do little tributes and things like this. I've seen buildings with like Brianne's picture on it and just a lot of thank yous and stuff like that. But one of my favorite ones is this, I guess Brianne was like, she loved to like dance. So there's been like this dance competition going on of like some of her Lawrence police officers have been doing these dance competitions, things like that. Some of the newscasters have been doing these dance tributes, and just in honor of Brian Leith. So I just think it's really cool to see stuff like that, just communities coming together during these times and stuff like that. So and this guy just rocked it out too. He was dancing all over the place and stuff, which is awesome.
That's awesome.
So, and then if you're anything like me, I'm really having trouble with there not being any sports right now. And I'm really struggling with it. There's, the draft is next week at least and stuff like that. But one of the cool things that the NBA did was they did a horse tournament, or they started a horse tournament. The first round was last week, and we got some Indianapolis people representing in this horse tournament. So there's only 8 competitors. 2 of them actually have some Indianapolis ties, so it's kind of cool. So we got Mike Conley, who's also in Ohio State, who went to Ohio State. So I got to support my Buckeye there as well. But he went to Lawrence North here in Indianapolis, and he competed and won in the first round for this horse tournament. unfortunately, he knocked out the other Indianapolis competitor, who is Tamika Catchings.
Mika, that's
Indianapolis,
awesome.
played in Indianapolis, stuff like that. So yeah, so very cool just seeing this horse tournament. But I was excited for it because it's a little bit of sports that we have going on. So
that's cool. I didn't see that. That's very cool. I love it. Awesome. Well, that's great. I had a few stories too. One of the things that I thought was really funny was the Evansville Police Department. I may have mentioned this last week, but the Evansville Police Department, they sang a police song. It was really cool. I'm just going to show you the video really quick.
Awesome.
Right here. I'm going to show you a little snippet. You've seen this yet, Brian? Have you seen this yet?
I have not seen this.
Sorry, it's getting there.
Perfect song.
I know. You can check out more of it, but on their they have a bunch of YouTube videos, which I thought was pretty funny. I'll have to go back and watch those. Another organization that we've worked with in the past is called the Lynn Foundation. And the Lynn Foundation, I'm glitching. The Lynn Foundation, they help kiddos with cerebral palsy, and they help provide money for them to do extra therapies and things like that. And one thing that, right now they're really, they have 20 people on their waiting list, and they're asking for people to help them kind of during that time, like by kids writing letters to these kids, tagging them on Facebook, drawing artwork, stuff like that. So I can get you connected with those folks. But great organization. We actually sponsored a kid last year, Mackenzie the Magnificent, and we were able to send her to Boston for some extra therapies. But they're just looking for some sunshine, happiness. If your kids like to color or draw pictures or something like that, then we can hook you up there. Another one of my friends, Julie, she is a breast cancer survivor, and she rounded up all these snacks. She went and purchased all these snacks on her own, and she donated them to Community Hospital North Cancer Center the other day, which I thought was super awesome. Just going above and beyond, and it's just a bunch of snacks, right? So that's her donating that stuff. Another cool thing that I have noticed here a lot lately is really great haircuts. So I know with the coronavirus and everything, we can't get to our barbers to get our hair done. So I brought in a couple of bowls today. So I've got my scissors here. You think I should do it?
Let's go for it. So
go a little bit. Maybe I need to go a little bit longer. Maybe I should do the bigger bowl. What do you think? That's great.
That is great. That's awesome.
So, I mean, here's one picture. I mean, I have seen some really funny pictures. I don't know if you have, Brian, about this, and look at this one. Isn't that awesome? Yeah. And there we go.
Perfect.
Awesome.
So then I think it was the Walmart CEO came out the other day of like, we've reached like the hair coloring off the stocks, like part of this quarantine session now. So like, that's what Walmart cannot keep in stock is all the hair coloring and everything like that. So yeah.
I've seen some videos too with women's hair like falling out because they didn't color it right or they left it on too long or whatever. So just, maybe leave it up to the professionals, That was another thing that I had. Another cool thing was I had a high school friend call me last week because I had posted that asking for stories. And he just said his daughter's a sixth grader and she's in youth group and everything, and they're not able to meet obviously right now. And one of her fellow sixth graders just called and said, hey, could we talk on the phone tonight and maybe pray together? And then they kept adding more and more people from their youth group, and then their priest even has joined, and they've been doing it every day. And it was all because of a sixth grader, and I thought that was pretty cool. But I mean, there's so many great things to talk about, but that's what I got today.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So many great things going on in the Indianapolis community. Like I said, whether it's business, whether it's just a fun story, whether it's an awesome haircut that you just want to share. So we would love to hear kind of what's going on in your different, whether it's your neighborhood, whether it's your community, whether it's your business. Love to hear it. Love to share the wins that are going on in our city. So we love the city of Indianapolis. So we want to hear all about it. And at this point, Amie, you got anything else for us today?
I just wanted to know, how do you get your hair cut during this pandemic? Are you?
So I'm actually very good at cutting my own hair. So my wife does not enjoy it because I have the bathroom gets a little messy and stuff. But I've actually been cutting my own hair since like junior.
Good job.
Yeah. So.
Well, maybe you should be.
So I say that, but then like I'll cut it like this week and it'll look terrible next week or something like that. So.
Tune in next week to see how it looks.
So awesome. And that's a wrap for this part. We will get on to our interview. So we'll see you over there. And we have Stacey Hill, an amazing guest, just has some awesome nuggets, some words of wisdom for us of how you can kind of just work with tenants during this time. So get to on with our interview on these Wednesday Wins. What's up, everybody, and welcome to Wednesday Wins. We got another interview for you today, and this section is just all about how businesses in Indianapolis are continuing to win, continuing to do well within what they do, and because we're here for real estate. So Cyria likes to just kind of focus on all these wins that we have as a business, as a community, and that's what we're doing here today. We have Stacey Hill with us today, and he is all about just value add to home. So he's the buy and hold guy. He likes doing stuff like that where he just buys it, adds value, holds it, and then, that's his game. So we got him here with us today. And Stacey, if you can just kind of tell us a little bit about just how your business is just kind of doing during this time and how you're just continuing to win, even though it's a little uncertain right now.
Hey, Brian, Amie, thank you all. So I guess I'm kind of surprised. I think we've got like 14 places now, and I kept thinking for sure that somebody would be like, hey, I lost my job, or there's that, which you can work with. We've got some reserves set aside. It's kind of trying to buy something larger here recently, and I passed on a lot of opportunities. And I'm glad I did now, because I've kind of been looking down the road and I realized there's this bubble that's been coming along here, and whether the coronavirus, whatever's going on, sometimes you just look behind the scenes, whether it happens that way or not, at least preparing for it, so you're not smacked upside the head of it. But so far, we haven't had anybody say, hey, there's no way I'm going to be able to pay. We tried to make sure, we're in the right area and we have the right product and we attract the right person. We put that together, we screen really well, and we partner with that person. It's not like a tenant relationship. They're a customer. Without them paying, you have no money, and without them there, you have no asset or an investment. So we really try to partner with them and make it a win for them and us, and really try to screen and make sure, we're setting them up to win and us up to win, that they have a good job history, and not just somebody that shows up with some cash and, hey, I can pay you for a year or whatever. Well, that makes me kind of anxious. So anyway, yeah, so far so good. We've even had 2 places, a 1-bed, 1-bath apartment, and we had a 3-bed, 1.5-bath place that we just put people in. And that's the other part about the real estate I really love, is that it makes me feel good, rather than my money going to Wall Street and me watching this thing on a computer that I have no control over, and just makes me sad, anxious, and like I'm on a roller coaster. When these places, someone moves in, we got a text where they're, we just love the place. It's clean, safe, and disciplined. I don't mean discipline that we go yelling about everything. I just mean in the fact that we have a lease agreement, we have an attorney, we have a CPA and a bookkeeper, we have people that, I hate using the word business. It's just, we just try to do the right thing. Imagine that, treat people well and do the right thing, and you'll do okay. Who came up with this? What course do I need to take for that? You don't. It's been that way for a long time. So, and as we started doing this, you look around, you're like, oh my gosh, and I don't want to disparage anyone. And I think there was a difference before 2008, maybe, the way people used to manage their rental properties. And there's a lot of really bad managers out there. And I don't mean they're bad people. I just mean they're bad managers, in the sense that there's such a market out there for a clean, safe place that a little bit of money in on the front side could get you so much better people and returns on the other side. So far, so good. The 3-bed, 1.5-bath place was the same thing in Greenwood. We even had some people that were going to move in, and my wife, we use NTN as a screening service. We have a 12-page lease agreement from Janelle Berkshire, downtown Indianapolis. She's on bigger pockets, but so the people paid and they got approved. Well, then all of a sudden she wouldn't call my wife back or reply to text or whatever. And we're like, well, hey, are you there or not? And what I'm telling the story for is that we were able to just say, you know what, we're going to pass. And we moved on to the next set of people that were next in line for that. Because if it starts out that way, it probably won't get better. There's a lot of really good people out there that just want a good, safe place to live. You just got to wade through some others to find them and partner with them. So that's my most current wins, I feel like.
Awesome. And Stacey, you lead one of the subgroups for Cyrea too. Can you tell us a little bit about that and kind of how long you've been doing this? I know you said you had 14 properties. How long have you been investing in real estate?
Yeah, and I think we talked about that a little too. How I got to lead it was, I think everyone else just took a step back, and I'm kind of standing there going, okay, well, my wife, you know, I finally convinced her to do this about 4 years ago, to fix a place up and to rent it. You know, I did the financial advisor thing, and I got to a point where I'm kind of like, I'm still not really sure if I'm doing well or not. So I thought, well, I'll try this house flipping thing. Well, as I got to learning more and more about it, I'm like, well, why flip it if I hold it? I get tax breaks. I get all these other depreciation. I have an asset now that cash flows every month. I'm like, oh my gosh. Yeah, it's like you're a golden goose sitting there. And plus you're providing good housing for somebody where the market out there, you just don't have any competition. You know, you just don't. And I talked to several other people at the meetups and stuff that do take care of their places. And I've talked to them recently too, and they're saying the same thing. You know, people are anxious and they want a nice place to live, and they're more than happy to share, you know, or give you part of their income, which I take that pretty serious. So, I mean, that's how we got started. And we've got 6 family homes around the Greenwood area, 3 unit with a warehouse, and a 5 unit. And I was really looking to do the next multifamily unit, but everything I've spent the last 8 months offering, looking, holding, you know, putting up capital and trying to talk to other people. And I offered on quite a few, and the numbers were just crazy. And the ones I offered on were like, okay, I can almost do that. And now I'm almost glad that they didn't accept. I don't know what the future holds. Maybe everything will be fine. You know, I just, starting out with my first larger property, I'd feel better about making sure the numbers all looked really good before doing that. So
yeah, that makes sense.
Awesome stuff. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Really appreciate it. Definitely, it sounds like you are winning. And if I heard any key word in there that he was talking about, was like just patience of waiting on that right project, patience of kind of waiting to see, making sure you're doing the right thing, doing it the right way, but then also waiting on tenants, making sure you get the right tenant in there. So definitely, I think patience kind of goes along with this, of how you can definitely win in your business during these times. So Stacey, Amie, thank you so much for joining us again today, and we'll see everybody next week. Stacey, got anything else to cap us off with?
Man, I just want to add one more thing. Like this time everybody has off, man, get out there and start checking out like Jim Rohn, check out your Eckhart Tolles, all these Mike Maloney's the guy's name, Jim Rickards. Just start really educating yourself. You know, don't just sit and wait for somebody to send something or do something or whatever. Kind of figure out, why am I here and what happened? What put me here? You know, or just at least, I think this is a good time for us to really educate ourselves and become more and better. So if there's any kind of silver lining to it, I think this would be a good opportunity for us to really take stock of where we're at and look where we want to go.
Definitely. We all have time right now. So there we go.
All right.
A lot of webinars and a lot of education out there. So thank you so much, everybody. And we'll see you next week on another Wednesday Wins.